Hey, how you doing? This is Reverend Wayne S. Pierce. This is, what day is this? May 3rd, 2011. Interesting things are going on all over the world. And we are sitting here arguing about who's right and wrong. Okay. So to all my detractors out there, to all the people that think I'm retarded out there, out in left field, and need to be put on meds in a rubber room somewhere, go away. Okay? I would say some more choice words, but you know what? You guys are completely wrong, always have been, always will be, because you have nothing to bring to the table of debate. That's my first point. Second point is this. We'll make this real simple for you to understand, okay? I'm sure y'all went to school. Y'all know how to understand stuff, hopefully. The stuff that I present on Facebook, on blogger.com, on, gather.com, whatever, I present with information. In other words, I comment on the information that I have, I present it, I give you links, I give you sources, I give you, you name it, I give it to you, there it is. All I ask is that you go look, research the information yourself. Oh, wait. Research doesn't mean anything, does it? Ooh. Is it your opinion or is it someone else's opinion? You can read a newspaper, you can look at the byline and see who wrote it, and ask yourself, is it their opinion? Chances are yes. Do you agree with that opinion? Chances are no. But let me tell you something. All the stuff that I present have links. All the stuff that is there is for you to go look it up yourself. 99.9% of the time, no one will. Why? Make it very simple for you to understand. You don't want to admit you're wrong. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm right. But because hey, if I'm wrong, I'll sit there and admit it. That's just me. Mama didn't raise no fool. You know what I'm saying? So enough about that. I got a little something there. You can't see it because the light, it's all whited out. You see, look, it's all white and you can barely see it. It says from blacklistednews.com. See, gave you a link right there. Go look it up. Smartphones, the tracking and surveillance of millions of Americans. And you didn't think they could ever do that. Yeah. Open your cell phone, dial it. Guess what? Through GPS and triangulation of cell towers, they know exactly where you are within, 3 feet to 5 feet? Think about that one. Okay? From Tom Burkhart, Blacklisted News contributing writer. And the little sub-headline here, it says, as smartphone scandals grow, tech firms run for cover, reap windfall profits. Blacklistednews.com. Go look it up. Recent revelations that Apple's iPhone and iPad, Google's Android, and Microsoft Windows Phone 7 operating systems collect, store, and transmit records of users' physical locations to central databases secretly and without consent have ignited a firestorm over Americans' privacy rights in the age of hyper-surveillance. Thank you, Constitution-destroying Patriot Act. Thank you, President George Bush. Go look it up. Blacklistednews.com. Smartphones, the tracking and surveillance of millions of Americans, posted today, May 3rd, 2011. That's one. Another link you should go to is livescience.com, if I can speak correctly here. Truth about iPhone tracking, neither new nor secret. It says down here. And that was written by Matt Lebowski, Security News Daily staff. Posted, get this. Posted the 25th of April, 2011, just about a week or so ago, actually. The news that iPhone secretly tracks and records the location data of its users came as a shock to many, but it turns out security researchers have known about it for some time. The public was surprised when security researcher Alistair Allen and Pete Warden revealed April 20th that the iPhone and iPad 3G track users' location data and stored in hidden files called, quote, consolidated.db, unquote, on the devices as well as the computers they're synced with. Don't believe it? Go to livescience.com. Truth about iPhone tracking, neither new nor secret. My opinion is we're being tracked. That's just the way it is. We've been tracked no matter what we do. And it's not just cell phones. It's credit cards. It's, getting airline tickets. It's Expedia.com, Travelocity.com. We're tracked doing everything. Anytime you use your debit card or credit card or unemployment card or EBT card or whatever, you're being tracked. Okay? Everything you do is being tracked. Everything. My personal opinion is this. It's scary. It's just the way it is. It's scary. We live in, as that one article said, in a world where hyper surveillance is all around us. I remember back in the 80s, shortly after I graduated high school, cameras going up on stoplights. And the city coming out and saying, well, we're doing that for traffic safety. We're doing that because we want to just keep you safe driving. No, came out later on that the cameras, the additional cameras put on telephone poles and all around were not for your safety. Okay, not for your safety. I'll give you 2 words here. George Orwell, 1984. Okay? George Orwell, actually, that's a pseudonym for Eric Blair, who was an MI5 British agent. Don't believe it? Go look it up. Google George Orwell, Eric Blair. Trust me, you'll find it. All right? Bloomberg.com, another link I'm sharing with you so you can go look this stuff up. Back posted on April 24th, 2011, actually just about a week or so ago, by Gwen Ackerman and Elisa Udaheimer from Bloomberg.com. Netanyahu urges Palestinian steps after Israeli West Bank death. Let me read just a couple of lines here for you. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu demanded the Palestinian Authority take, quote, unquote, harsh steps against those responsible for today's West Bank shooting death of the nephew of a minister of his Likud party. Palestinian authorities told the Israeli military earlier in the day that the policeman opened fire at... Let me read that again since my throat is going crazy here. Palestinian authorities told the Israeli military earlier in the day that a policeman opened fire at suspicious movement, it's in quotes, in an area of the Jewish shrine called Joseph's Tomb in the West Bank city of Nablus, an army spokesman said. Okay, so they're still fighting over there. They've been fighting over there for about 4,500 years. There's never going to be peace over there. And with the stuff that's happening in Libya right now, and in Tunisia, and in Egypt, and in other places as well, specifically in Israel and the West Bank, and in Gaza, and in Iraq and Iran, and name it, it's in the Middle East. It's happening. My personal opinion is this, through my research and study of history: we're going to get our butt kicked if we go over there. We need to get out. We need to stop doing all of that and just support Israel. We need to get the hell out of Afghanistan, out of Iraq, and stay out of that area except for be in Israel. Yeah, trust me, Israel can kick butt themselves. But guess what? So can Pakistan. So can all these other countries that have nukes. Okay? So we need to be in Israel. All right? So this whole thing of the nephew of the minister of Netanyahu's Likud party, and it's one of his members in his party, That's just wrong. There's going to be retaliation over there if there hasn't been already. It's been over a week. So I don't know. Nope, you don't hear this on mainstream news, by the way. Let me tell you something about your local mainstream news. They're paid to say what is written in that teleprompter. They don't have opinions. Oh, they'll leave, they'll clock out, they'll go home, and they'll have their own opinions. But they're only paid to say what's on that teleprompter. Okay? Alternative media, with their resources, can find the facts behind everything that is said on mainstream and local news. One of my friends said, why do you think our local news is full of bull? Just gave you the answer. They're paid to say what's on that teleprompter. They don't have their own opinions for it. And besides, 90% of all the news media out there is bought off by the globalist elites that are actually running this country. Okay? I got a whole bunch of news here. I got a whole bunch of stuff right here. TheIntelHub.com. Go look it up. All fracked up, down and sideways. You are here. Okay. It says here, Richard Sauter of IntelHub.com, TheIntelHub.com, posted this on April 30th, 2011. Practically everything that you can imagine is going to be happening in the coming months and years. And then, after the things that you can imagine happen, a lot of things that you cannot imagine are going to happen. Boy, did I just confuse the hell out of you right there? Yeah, I suppose I did. Let me break this down for you. The outbreak of near-apocalyptic storms in the southeastern region of North America in recent days, one is only part of the first wave of the sort of things that will become commonplace. The earthquake, the huge earthquake and tsunami and ongoing nuclear crisis in Japan are also part of the first wave of the sort of things that will become commonplace. Japan is done. Japan is fini. Kaput. Over. Some of the cabinet members in their government over there are saying that they're going to put out the word that Japan is inhabitable, just uninhabitable, I should say, to humans at all. So they're, I don't know what they're going to do in the next several years. But imagine this just for a moment. Here we go. We started out the week, hearing about Barack Obama's birth certificate. It's fake. That's my opinion on that one. And we started out hearing all of this, and you got the royal wedding. Everybody's all distracted over there with those globalists that got married. Okay, all this and the other thing. And then we wind up the week with, Osama being killed. Yeah, he's been dead for 9.5 years, folks. What makes you think that this is the first time they got him? All right? Don't believe it? Go look it up. 2002, I believe it was, or 2003. Correct me on this. Benazir Bhutto, or the late Benazir Bhutto, said in her interview, said that Osama bin Laden was dead. And what happened to her a couple of weeks after that? She was killed, assassinated by a bomber in her home country. Okay? Connect the dots, people. I'm sure everybody has put together puzzles, okay? You got to get the pieces that fit, right? You got to put it together because you want the puzzle to look like the thing on the front of the box, right? Put it together, folks. This ain't freaking rocket science here, okay? I mean, go to the links, go search it out yourself. Am I wrong? Do I have opinions on this stuff right here? Hello? Yes, I do. Okay? The author here at theintelhub.com, Richard Sauter, continues, and he writes, so get ready. Really big events are in the works. The future will be here very soon, whether you are prepared for it or not. In the memorable words of the Cypher character from the first Matrix movie, buckle your seatbelt, Dorothy, because Kansas is going bye-bye. First of all, TSA. I just went to the doctor's today to get x-rays on my knee. It's all digital. They have a way of making sure that they, do the thing right, and they have, all this. I was talking to the x-ray tech, the radiologist. She had a friend, also as a radiologist at the hospital, but she also does TSA work there, and the horror stories this woman has told her friend that was working on me today. And this woman, the radiologist, told me 3 years ago, she went to the airport to go on a flight. She had a knee brace, and she told them, I'm a radiologist. Are you going to ask me if I'm pregnant? By law, every radiologist has to tell a woman that, has to ask that question to a woman. Are you pregnant? You know what this woman told me this. You know what the TSA agent told her? Oh, we don't have to do that. Okay. Okay. She was x-raying my knee today. I asked her, as many photos as many x-rays as you're doing on my body here, will that adversely affect me? She goes, no, you're more adversely affected by the sun when you walk outside. So do the research. Trust me, you'll find this out yourself. And hey, you can do something like this too, to get the information out, to let people know what is happening. That's all I'm doing. Naturalnews.com. Naturalnews.com. If I said that too fast. Naturalnews.com. 14 signs that the collapse of the modern world has already begun. 1. Tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes, and tsunamis. Really? Yes, they're all over the place. Look it up. Right? Number 2, the silence of the bees. Seriously, have you had bee problems in your area recently? Check it out. I'm serious. Check it out. Number 3, the failure of nuclear science. Fukushima, Japan, 25 years ago, Chernobyl, 3 Mile Island. Okay? Number 4, the vicious pursuit of WikiLeaks. Okay, in the age of such rampant deceit, there is no room for the truth. So those who tell the truth, WikiLeaks, are viciously pursued as if they were criminals. Me? When I put the facts together, when I get it out there, when I tell people the facts, and myself, and I don't even put myself in the ranks of Michael Savage or Alex Jones or anybody of that nature. I do what I do. I have, a podcast that I put up at libertyandfreedomnetwork.webs.com. It's me giving you information and commenting and having an opinion on the information that I got. Right there, okay? Number 5, 14 signs that the collapse of the modern world has already begun. Number 5, the rise of the medical police state. What? Yeah. The rise of the medical police state. The armed SWAT raids on Marianne Godboldo, I think is how you pronounce it. So sorry if I butchered the last name. In Detroit are only the beginning. The truth is that the medical system uses guns to force its vaccines and chemotherapy onto children and teens across America. The medical system has become so utterly useless, corrupt, and dangerous that it must actually invoke guns in people's faces just to, quote-unquote, convince people to take its medicine. This is a gunpoint-enforced medical monopoly that exists as a threat to our health and to our freedoms. Now, if you don't know anything about that story, briefly, this woman was not going to, have her kid take the vaccines. She was arrested. Go look it up. Let me spell that. Marianne with an E at the end. Marianne. Godboldo. Go look it up. Okay? Go look up naturalnews.com. You'll probably find the article there, and you can read it for yourself. Number 6. the increasing frequency of food shortages and crop failures. One word, actually two words. Monsanto, GMO. Yeah. Okay. Number 7, runaway destruction of the world by energy companies. Okay. Pretty much self-explanatory there, isn't it? Number 8, the continued GMO contamination of our planet. Number 9, the tyranny and criminal crackdowns targeting real food or raw milk. Just recently, Amish were arrested for distributing raw milk. Sorry. Okay, Amish were arrested for distributing raw milk. Think about that. Number 10, the escalation of counterfeiting of the money supply. Yeah, it's gone up a little. Number 10, the plummeting intelligence of the masses. Stupid is as stupid does. Number 12, the complete and utter fabrication of the mainstream news. Just mentioned that a little while ago. They're paid to read the teleprompter. Let me make it simpler for you to understand. 1 + 1 = 2. Number 13, the ongoing pharmaceutical pollution of the world. The ongoing pharmaceutical pollution of the world. Number 14, the radioactive contamination of the global food supply. Okay, naturalnews.com. 14 signs that the collapse of our modern world has already begun. Hey, I'm almost done. Your local military industrial complex. Go look that up at globalresearch.ca. That's Canada. Globalresearch.ca. Your local military industrial complex. And MarketWatch. I'm not a financial guy. I don't talk finances. Okay? I just don't. I don't. I confer to people that know what's going on. Okay? MarketWatch.com, IMF, the International Monetary Fund. The IMF bombshell, Age of America nears end. Commentary. China's economy will surpass the U.S. in 2016. MarketWatch.com, written by Brett Arends, A-R-E-N-D-S, Roy, R-O-I. Posted April 25th, 2011. IMF bombshell, Age of America nears end. Commentary, China's economy will surpass the U.S. in 2016. Okay? It was never on the mainstream news, never will be on the mainstream news because, wow, why would you, I'm going to put this question to you right here in the closing part of this. Why would you come on TV, come on somewhere and tell the people America has collapsed financially? Why would you do that? Did you notice the scene in, oh God, what's that movie with James Stewart? Anyway, people would rush the bank. Actually, I saw some information about the Depression, where in 1929, in October of 1929, when the stock market collapsed, people were rushing the banks to get their money. Okay? Kind of an odd little side note here. Charlie Chaplin, famous actor, I believe in March or April of that year, sold his half of United Artists to Douglas Fairbanks Sr. And guess what? He walked away a millionaire and left the country. In October of 1929, the stock market crashed. He was a millionaire. Everybody else lost their shirt. So why would you want to come on TV and tell people, oh, yeah, America's collapsing, our financial system is gone, and, you know, people would rush to bank. Our money's not worth anything anymore. The dollar's being devalued. Oh, gold is rising. No, it's not. The dollar is being devalued. Gold and silver are the only things that are worth anything. China just bought 1.5 tons of gold from us. From the U.S. I think they just took it because we owe them anyway. Okay? So, in closing, I want to say this. Yes, I have opinions on stuff. Yes, those articles that I just read from, I'm pretty sure those people have opinions as well. Is it their opinion? Yeah, I would give you that. It's their opinion, but it's also my opinion. If I disagree with someone, I'm going to prove it or say, I disagree with you because, and then I'll have the information to back it up. If someone contradicts me, I'm not going to waste my time. As simple as that. If they don't have anything to back up whatever, if they disagree with me and they don't have anything to back it up with, I'm not going to waste my time. I'll try to, I'll attempt to get some things through and try to help them understand, but I'm not going to, put myself out to the point of being so exasperated that I'm driving myself nuts. Okay, I'm not going to talk to them till I'm blue in the face if they're not going to understand what's going on. If they don't have information that they can back up as to why they disagree with me, I'm not wasting my time. I say this, and then I'll leave you. I'll leave you with this little tidbit of information, and that is, you are obligated and responsible to yourself. And the concepts and the things that you think about need to be verified. How do you do that? You do that by taking those things, and I'll make it simple. 1 + 1 is 2. If you think that 1 + 1 is 2, you have to go out and verify that to yourself. Somebody else will come along and say, no, it's 3. But because they're disagreeing with you, you can show them that it is 1 + 1 is 2. Okay? It's as simple as that. People disagree with me? You better bring the information to the debate table because I've got the information. Matter of fact, I'll give you the information. I've given you the links. If you don't remember them, just rewind and go back and see this again. My point is, if you don't know anything, if you can't give me something and a reason why you disagree with me, don't attempt to have an intellectual debate with me because you're going to lose. Okay? I don't battle wits with unarmed people. You know what I'm saying? So, prove yourself right first of all. Do that because it's only going to help you. You never know unless you ask. You've heard that phrase, right? Do it. Prove to yourself that you're right. Even if you just hold on to the information, prove to yourself that you're right. And if you can put those little puzzle pieces together and prove me wrong, bring all of that information to the debate table. I guarantee you we'll have an enjoyable debate. And we'll shake hands at the end, and hey, I may even buy you dinner. Who knows? So, this is Reverend Wayne S. Pierce. This is the 3rd of May, 2011. Thank you very much.